All right, guys, we got a review on a brand new optic that I just got in for one of my custom builds. So it's not going to get used a ton, so that's kind of why I wanted to try something different, just to kind of branch off to a different company and a different optic than what I normally use. Kind of been using the HoloSun's 507 and 47K, 507 comp, and then I started using the Sealy Bull Pro. You guys seen those reviews. This is going to go on one of my custom P320 builds that I did a year ago, and it's just kind of sitting in its own case. And I just wanted to sit an optic on it, so anytime we take it out, it's basically a range toy. So this is going to be an unboxing, a full review of this. I've never had a Swampfox optic before. So this is the Justice 2, the 6 MOA red dot. So it's just a dot. There's no multi-reticle system or anything like that. I think they do offer that. I don't know if it's the Justice 2 or a different one, but they do offer that. This one is just a 6 MOA dot. It's a 30 millimeter lens, so it's a little bit bigger. And it's got the RMR footprint. So I have the RMR direct cut on my my whatchamacallit 320 Killer Innovation slide, my Superman build. So it's nice and some information. I guess Justice is blind, Lady Justice is blind, or something like that. It tells you it's the 1 by 30 millimeter full size reflex sight. It's got manual brightness, the buttons, universal RMR footprint, has the shake and awake out on and off. So it tells you here optimized for competition use. So I guess that's the reason for the larger window, right? Anybody that puts that larger window is usually for competition, and the batteries are changeable from the top, so you're not messing with the zero or anything like that if you're having to take the optic off to get to the battery. It says rib serrations for viewing pleasure, so we'll take a look at that. I've never really seen the Swampfoxes or anything. Like I said, I just kind of took a shot in the dark and just wanted to grab something for, oh cool, except the battery separate. These freaking same Chinese batteries that come with all my optics, and they usually are dead right away. So let's see what's in here. All right, a couple things fell out. Got your Swampfox sticker. Let's move that battery over there. Swampfox support, QR code. Follow them on social media. Your warning, ingestion hazard, death or serious injuries could occur if you swallow something small. It is a CR1632. That's the same as the HoloSun, the Sealy's, so that's cool. I already have a ton of those. Has your manual, of course, tells you how to turn it on and off, how to do your battery installation from the top, shake awake instructions, 10 different brightness settings, so that's kind of cool. It says settings 3 to 5 ensure adequate reticle contrast and low light, and then your settings for indoor range or home defense 6 through 8. And then the last two, 9 and 10, are for daylight bright. It should probably be used outside for outdoor competitions. So they do have these two available in the 6 MOA red dot, which I have. They have it available in a green dot. And they also have it in a multi-reticle variant. So they have 3 different variants of this Justice 2. Again, this is a 6 MOA red dot. The 6 MOA is 3 inches at 50 yards or 6 inches at 100 yards. So that's pretty cool. That's some good equivalent measurements there. The adjustments, the MOA adjustments is 1 minute of angle. So 1 MOA, so 1 inch at 100 or 0.75 at 75 or half for 50 yards. I mean, you guys probably know how to do all that already. There's the multi-reticle system, which this is not it. It shows you all your adjustments. So this is just the universal manual. They send you 4 screw sets. It comes with 4 of them with the most common sizes. You get the M3 3.5 by 0.06, and those are torque screws, T10s. And then you got your 4-40s, your 6 by 32s in a semi long thread, and then an 8.5 millimeter long thread. So it comes with 4 sets. So that's pretty cool. Parallax free at 33 yards. At closer range, the error is minimal and won't affect the point of impact. So that's pretty cool. And then it just kind of tells you their elevation and windage adjustments, which we all know. Gives you some little warranty and some specs advice in their book. Let's see what's in there. You got your cloth. Oh, it's a nice big tool. Looks like a sword or something. So every optic has their own little adjustment tool. This one's kind of cool. There's a little torque screw here, and it's just like the kind of like a logo thing on here. plastic, and then you have your deal going right through it like a little spike. That's kind of cool. So it looks like there's going to be two different sizes, a smaller one and then this bigger one, probably for the battery compartment, and then probably for the screws to mount it, right? And there's a separate tool. So this is the flat one, so that's more than likely going to be for the adjustments for the little turrets. Here's all the screws. They're all nicely labeled and all that good stuff, so that's always going to help. Already blue Loctited, so I mean almost all the optics already kind of have all that. So let's get to what we all came here to see. All right, let me get some of this out the way. And from the first glance, it looks pretty big. Oh, it's cool. I didn't notice that. So it also sends you their own, like an optic guard. It's not to shoot occluded because it's closed back here. I think it's pronounced occluded, but it's a nice little optic guard, a protector. Which, like if you're constantly throwing these in your range bags or tossing them around, and if you're a little more uptight about it marring, or maybe you're worried about the glass and all that, you might want to have a guard on there of some sort. So this is one from my 507K. I've purchased some of these plastic ones on Amazon just to protect some of my guns and optics that are constantly getting thrown in the bag. So that's kind of cool. They send you their own. So let's go ahead and get that out here, get it off. It doesn't just pop right off. Oh, so it has like these little tabs. That's kind of cool. So it actually holds on pretty good grip, and it is rubber. Wow, it's pretty big. It is super lightweight. I want to say this is the lightest optic that I've had by far, I think. But really nice, kind of plain. You got one button on this side. Here's your up and down windage turret. Here's your well, not the windage, elevation, and then here's your windage here. And then so here's your down setting, your down buttons, and then your up buttons. Got your little logo up here. And I do believe this is what is it, 1075 aluminum or whatever it is. I'll have it up there, posted on there. I kind of like the shape of the window. It kind of has that, it starts off kind of narrow and then it widens and then comes across. So to me, kind of like the upper space is where you kind of want it wider. That's why I like the 507 comp, because it's kind of wide all the way and it's a slight angle at the top, kind of like this. Whereas this one, as you can see, it starts off kind of narrow and then it just widens up as it gets taller. So it is kind of tall. Maybe I'll compare it to the Holosun and stuff like that a little bit later. Okay, so I see the little rib sides here, and then it's pretty flat. It almost feels like it's polymer. It's super light, but it is that aluminum, and that's pretty nice. There's your battery compartment here up top, so that way you don't have to dismount the optic to change it. It's pretty well made, kind of simple design, but I mean, shoot, that's all you really need. So you have these little rib lines here, rib lines over here. So I guess if you're kind of moving it around or picking it up, it's so it doesn't slip out or something like that, maybe during installation. Man, not a lot to it. Really nice window. Let me see if it's already, maybe there's already a battery in there, which I doubt. I'm gonna have to put it on. So let's go ahead and get that battery in there. I was hoping that I already had one in there, but all right. So we're just gonna take that right off. All right, there we go. All right, so we got our battery. We're gonna go minus down. Put that battery top back on there. So really easy to just get to this battery. A lot of these optics now, they're going with the top loader batteries. And that's super helpful. Again, if your competition goes down, I actually had that happen to me once now. And I had to just quickly change it. Good thing I had a spare battery with me. There we go. Oh, wow, that 6 MOA dot is nice and large. So I've always used the 2 or 3 MOA dots with the ring on my Holosuns, and even my Silly Bull Pro. It has a really small 2 MOA dot with a ring around it. So this will be the first time I have one that's just the dot. It's a nice big dot. It's 6 MOA. Let's see if we can see that there. So it's a nice round, bright dot. And let's mess with the settings here. There we go, nice and crisp. And of course, anytime we're doing this, anybody doing optic reviews over the phone or through camera, let's see what I can see. It's really, really light. It never really comes across very well on camera. But let me tell you, this sucker is bright. Let me try to get it there. And it's a pretty crisp dot in person. I mean, that's nice. I'm looking at the glass through it, and you can kind of see there is a little bit of warping. If you can we can probably see that on camera. Very minimum warping, but you can see the warp a little bit, but not a ton. It breaks kind of where it's supposed to. So I'm kind of trying to show you the letters so you can kind of see the letters, how it breaks. It's it kind of warps. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's just very, very minute, where it just kind of got that little warpness to it. And it has a little, I'm kind of colorblind, but it has a little tint to it. Almost like a, I'm colorblind, but it looks like a little greenish, bluish tint. So like I'll switch cameras here in a second. You can see the whiteboard is clearly white, and then I can kind of see almost like a mint green, light green tint to the lens. I don't think that would ever really affect anything, but and it's nice. And then I'll switch cameras here in a minute. There we go. All right, let's take a look at the adjustments. Let's see how they feel. Let's see if we can get some audible clicks out of it. All right, so let's go ahead and mess. So of course you'll probably have your own tool, but they send all these tools. And let's take a listen. Okay, so it sounds just like the Hollisons and everything. They're real light. If you got too much noise going on, like right now that I'm talking, I really can't hear it. I really don't feel it as well, but I can hear it click as I get quieter, and you can definitely hear them. But they are smooth. They're smooth adjustments. You can kind of feel it if you pay attention to it. Oh, the windage is a little bit better. That's a little bit louder to me. Yeah, that's definitely louder on these adjustments than the elevation. Let's see. Yeah, the elevation is just a little bit lower, but again, you're making adjustments. It's not going to be a problem. It's just part of the review of what I can hear, what I see. But the real smooth action, they're turning pretty easily. You do feel it fall in place. You just can't feel the clicking, I guess, if that makes any sense. There we go. I wish they always made these adjustment keys a little bit bigger, or the turret's a little bigger. I hate these little tiny things. So that's what it looks like from indoors. Really, really nice looking. The dot is super crisp and bright. So I'll probably get this mounted, and then we'll see what it looks like outdoors, and then we'll see if it holds 0 and shoot it out here at the range and see how that looks, if we can pick that up on target. But there's the Swampfox Justice 2. So let's see what it looks like on the gun outside. All right, we got the Swampfox Justice 2, trying to sight it in with Kello. Super low. All right, let's make our adjustments. Okay, we're getting closer. Started off down here. Our first adjustment brought us a little higher. Our third adjustment got us almost level, but still to the right. So we're on our fourth adjustment, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot this clean side over here. Let's see if we got any closer. There we go. Now she's on. Let's take a look at that. So after 3 adjustments, pretty dead on center there with that 4-shot group. So let's keep on shooting. All right, we're gonna try a few competition loads, some outdoor dynamics. Let's see how she feels. Pretty soft. I think she's zeroed pretty nicely. Let's go for the last circle. No issues whatsoever. Bullseyes. She is sighted in. That's the Swampfox Justice 2. Nice little dot. All right, guys, final thoughts. Appreciate the free cover on it for sure. I got a mess here. My damn mat's flying all over the place. But I really like this Swampfox Justice 2. I like the big window on there. I may even consider getting a second one of these down the road as possibly a competition window, because it's a large 30mm window. That 6 MOA dot, like I mentioned earlier, I'm used to getting the circle dot combination, but I think that circle is doing me more bad than good in competition. So this is the first big MOA dot that I have as far as an optic. So this is a 6 MOA dot. So I'm kind of maybe thinking of switching to something like that, like a big solid dot for competition, and it may just be this one. Testing it out, you see it zeroed just fine. There was no issues. I was able to hit bullseyes once I dialed that sucker in. I love that you can't really confuse the 2 buttons. You got your up and down on one on each side. So you just press the button, any button here, it will turn it on. You hold down the bottom button and that will shut it off for you. And let me see if the bottom button, just pressing it. So pressing the bottom button won't do anything as far as turning it on. But you press the top button or the up button and that turns your dot on, and then just holding down the down setting will turn that off for you. But I like it. I like the glass. I don't mind that little bit of tint. It was not really a factor or anything like that. I love the look of the window, the feel. It's that 7075 aluminum, now that I've learned the exact name, instead of, I think I was saying 1075. But a really gorgeous optic, nice big window. So any comments, questions, drop them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. But really, really good optic. I like the large window on it. So I really do appreciate this dot. And again, like I said, I may be looking at getting another one pretty soon for competition.